Hey guys, welcome to my first YouTube video. So if you don't know me or maybe you don't follow me on Instagram, my name is Sam. I am 19 years old and I am about to be 31 weeks pregnant with a girl. So there's a lot going on in life right now, and I thought it would be really fun to come on here and just kind of document everything that's going on in my life, because when I found out I was pregnant, I did not realize that there was such a big community of young moms on YouTube and Instagram and just basically anything. Like, you can find such amazing girls and their stories are just so inspiring. So I thought it would be really cool to come on here and just share my experience, share everything that's happened, in order to maybe help another girl who's going through the same thing. So this is going to be a very positive experience. I know that not everybody, whenever they get pregnant young, they unfortunately just don't have the experience that I've had, or maybe they don't have anything close to what I've had. So I just want to say before I get started with this video, by no means is getting pregnant young a horrible thing. That's my opinion, and you don't have to agree with it, but getting pregnant young is the best thing that has ever happened to me, the best thing that has ever happened to my partner, Hunter, and we have just grown and matured so much through this situation that I can't even recognize the people that we were before, because we've come such a long way, and it's just incredible. So if you don't support, young moms, then that's okay, but this is just going to be my experience and my story. So yeah, let's get right into it. So I found out I was pregnant September 17th of 2018. It is now almost April of 2019. So we are wrapping up my pregnancy, and it's kind of scary, but we're really excited. So I remember waking up the morning of September 17th, and I was very nauseous and hot, and I just remember having this gut feeling that something was off. I didn't know what it was at the time, but I just knew that something wasn't right. So I was living with Hunter, and we still live together. This is our apartment, and I'll get to all that later, but yeah, we were living together, and we were working the same place, same shifts. It was pretty nice, even though we hated our jobs and they were horrible, never paid us on time, so we were pretty much broke all the time, even though we were working 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week. So anyways, I woke him up because we were getting ready for work, and I told him, I was like, hey, I feel kind of weird. I don't know what it is, but I just feel off. And he was like, do you want to call it work? And I just remember being like, no, it's probably fine. I won't worry about it. Yeah. So I go take a shower, and TMI, but this is a fact. When you are pregnant, the first sign, or probably the first thing you're going to notice, is that your nipples will get really, really sensitive, and they'll be a bit darker, and just, they'll look different, and you'll know immediately that something's off. And I just remember I was like, oh my god. I was like, why do I feel like this? What is going on? I didn't know what that day was going to turn into, and looking back on it, it was so funny because I had no idea what was going on. I just remember I was like, is my bra too tight? Am I sleeping weird? I didn't know anything. So I told Hunter, and he was like, that's weird. So I can't remember if he looked it up or if I looked it up, but nowadays we Google everything. So it must have been him, because I don't remember looking it up, but he Googled what does sensitive nipples mean in girls or in women, and one of the first things that will come up if you type that in is that you're pregnant. And he was like, Sam, and I just remember I was like, oh, okay, I don't know. And at this point, I was 4 weeks pregnant. I didn't know it. I hadn't missed my period yet. And I just remember thinking that there was no way that I was pregnant. And we're getting in the car to go to work, and it started to hit me. I was like, maybe I am. Maybe I am pregnant. And I just remember going to work that day, and I had mentioned it to him again. He was like, listen, after work, we'll go get some tests, and, you know, no matter what happens, I'm going to be here. I promise, and everything will be fine. So I was like, okay. So I'm going through work, just my shitty job that I hated so much. And, you know, we're getting through the day. We eventually get off, and I was like, all right, let's go get these tests. So we go to Walmart back over at his house, and I picked out some tests, and I just got a pack of 3 first response. There were like 2 electronic ones, and then 1 like original, like just the simple 2 lines. So I was just terrified. I remember being so quiet in the store, like I didn't know like what was gonna happen later. I was just so anxious and nervous. And so we get home, and me and Hunter have always been like really, really close and comfortable with each other. So while I was literally peeing in a cup, he was there just watching me pee in the cup. And these specific tests you weren't supposed to pee on. You're just supposed to pee in a cup, and you stick them in and go about your day. And so I pee in the cup, hand it to Hunter, and the first one that we did was just a simple 2 lines. And I believe that one was like 2 minutes that it took to work or something, or a minute, something like that. So we're sitting there, and we're just waiting and waiting. And I just remember like feeling all these emotions, and I hadn't even known the results yet. So I looked down, and there were 2 lines. And, you know, Hunter saw it, and he's like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. He's like, I love you, I love this family, and I love this baby, and we are gonna make this work. And I was just crying and crying, and I was just mortified. I did not know that. I just wasn't ready. You know, I wasn't ready to actually see it, like have proof, because it's different to think, oh, I'm pregnant, you know, like in your head, but then to actually like know that there's a human being inside of you is terrifying. It's so scary. So we took the other 2 because I just didn't believe it, and the other one said yes, and the other one said pregnant. So I ended up taking 3 tests because I couldn't believe it. And looking back on it, I was so terrified, and it's not because I didn't want a child. I just didn't think that me as a mom was a good thing, because I was in such a dark place at the time. I was going through a lot with my family and just with myself. So the thought of having a kid was just, it was so scary. I did not know what was gonna happen. I didn't know anything, and not knowing things is really terrifying to me. So we just decided that for the love of each other and for the love of our daughter and our now family, that we were gonna do whatever it took. So we kept it quiet for a couple days, didn't really tell anyone, and Hunter was like, all right, well, we're gonna save up, we are gonna get our own place, we are gonna make this work. So I was kind of doubtful at first and really negative about the whole situation, because I was like, you know, we don't know anything about being parents. We don't know as much as we think we do about life, and you know, it was really scary. And I just remember I kept telling myself, I was like, how am I going to be a mom? How am I going to take care of this tiny little human that's going to rely on me for everything? Like, how am I supposed to do that? and Hunter just kept reassuring me, and I wish I had known just how right he was gonna be about the whole situation. So a couple days later, we told his parents, and they were not happy. They were very disappointed, and they didn't know how, like, what to think, I guess. They're very, very strong Christians, and I guess, you know, they were just in shock, you know, which they had every right to be. I was shocked as well. But, you know, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I don't know how I got pregnant. No, we were not being safe. We were not using protection. I was not on birth control by any means, you know, nothing. So it was bound to happen. And I think it was a blessing in disguise, because while we were homeless, technically, sleeping in a 2-door car, in various parking lots, getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning for work, not getting off till almost 9 o'clock at night most nights, was just the reality of it. And for the love of each other, we just decided that we were gonna work, and we worked and worked and worked, and now it is April. We are sitting, or I'm sitting right now, in our own apartment, and we have 2 cute little cats, and we adopted a husky not too long ago, and I have my dog Coda, and we just have a little family. And we got here because we worked very, very hard. We saved our money, and you know, about after a month of finding out I was pregnant, we were moved in here. My birthday is October 24th. We moved in on October 12th, and it has just been crazy ever since. You know, our families have definitely supported us in so many ways that I never thought possible. Like, we would not have a lot of the things that we have now if it wasn't for our families. And, you know, I've just met so many amazing people who have been so supportive, and they have sent us gifts and just been incredible. And we've been so, so blessed with everything that we have, that I would never, ever change our situation for the world. So I just really hope, if maybe you're gonna be a young mom and you're watching this, or maybe you already are a young mom, that you know that your situation or whatever you're in right now will get better if it's not going too good. And if it is going good, I'm so, so happy to hear that. And, you know, you just gotta take things day by day. And honestly, if you had told me this time last year that I was going to be a mom, and that I would have met somebody who I want to spend the rest of my life with, and that I want my daughter to be with forever, I would have just laughed in your face, and I would have been like, there's no way. Because let me tell you something, getting pregnant young will change you permanently. It will change the way that you look at the world. It will change the way you look at yourself, at your partner, at your family, at everything. And for me, it has been the best thing to ever happen to me, because, like I said, I was in such a dark place that I never knew that it was going to be like this. And I'm just so, so thankful. So yeah, that is how I found out I was pregnant at 19, and how life kind of went after that. I would really love to keep doing this YouTube thing. If you guys liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, I would love to show you guys. We're wrapping up her nursery in the next couple weeks. I've got my baby shower. I want to do like my birth and delivery vlog and all that good stuff. So I would definitely love to share everything with you guys. I'm going to put my Instagram in the description box, so give me a follow, and comment down below if you're a young mom, or you know anybody who's a young mom, some advice, because I really am needing it. I'm so out of breath right now because she's pushing on my lungs, but thank you guys for watching, and I would love to hear your stories. So definitely give me a follow, subscribe, and yeah, I hope you guys have a good day.